Welcome to Honduras This Week Online News Videocast for Monday, March 17, 2008. This videocast is brought to you by Minister Suites, Sweet Dreams. Ethno-engineering infrastructure project successfully completed in La Moskitia. On March 7th, government authorities from the Department of Gracias a Dios and representatives of the Inter-American Development Bank gathered in Belen, a small indigenous Mosquito community, to inaugurate a rural development program that included electrification and construction of a school and a seafood processing plant. Read the full article by Maria Fiallos in the national section. World Bank satisfied with results of Forest and Rural Productivity Project evaluation. According to officials of the World Bank, the transparent use and good handling of the funds that were assigned by the WB to the project Forest and Rural Productivity are good signs of a successful project. A special mission of the World Bank came to Honduras to certify the good use of funds. The purpose of the technical mission that visited the country was to evaluate the activities that the Ministry of Agriculture and Cattle makes and uses through the project Forest and Rural Productivity. Read the full article by Álvaro Morales Molina in the national section. The incalculable cost of forest fires. 87% of the surface area of Honduras is covered by forest, the highest in Central America. Forests in Honduras face constant threats from the agricultural industry as trees are leveled to make room for cropland. In the past 40 years, 46% of the country's forest land has been lost, most of that of the broad-leafed variety of trees, which does not include pine. Of all the problems affecting the forests, the wildfires of the Central American region and specifically Honduras have reached critically dangerous and destructive levels in recent years. The fires have likely been influenced by changes in climate, evidenced by longer dry seasons, high temperatures, and lower relative humidity. Read this week's opinion article in the opinion and editorial section. Castillo seeks to educate, not manipulate in his work. Ever since Roberto Castillo submitted his first short story to a university literature contest 2 decades ago, this year's recipient of the National Prize for Literature has been causing a stir among national literacy circles, with provocative works such as The Bugler, which focuses on militarism in Honduras, and The Lagoon, which deals with poverty. Rosa Pacheco tells us more about this writer in the cultural section. National Art Gallery, its evolution and influence continue. The exhibition Road at Light in the Paraninfo room of the National Art Gallery is the work of artist Miguel Ángel Matute. The gallery will continue the exhibition through March, especially for Easter week, due to the religious content of the artwork. The paintings, 10 in total, were completed in Rome in 1980 and portray the steps of Jesus ascending the cross. Altogether, this exhibit makes a positive contribution towards the recovery of the national identity. Read the full story by Manfredo Martinez in the cultural section. Real thoughts from Honduran high school students on present-day issues. We received a collection of letters written by 10th grade students in Esther Bethany's English class at Siguatepeque Bilingual Christian School. Miss Bethany's class uses Honduras This Week in her classroom as a teaching tool for learning English. Their letters were written in English and they highlight issues in Honduras about which they feel very strongly. Each one of them is thought-provoking and important. Read some of the students' letters in the opinion and editorial section. Doña Albita, a saint alive and well in Copán Ruinas. Marco Cáceres says, I don't much believe in heroes and saints. I find the concept strange and not particularly useful. Plus, all too often I find the examples that we are given to be, well, disappointing. I much prefer mentors and role models. But If I did believe in heroes and saints, I would probably tell you a story about a wonderful woman in the town of Copán Ruinas named Doña Albita. She owns a beautiful restaurant called La Llama del Bosque, which prepares the best comida típica I've tasted in Honduras. Read Marco Cáceres' full story in the national section. Santa Rosa de Copan, diversity in its tourism. With a population of more than 25,000, Santa Rosa de Copan is the largest and most important city in western Honduras, and it's characterized by its beautiful colonial architecture and its many interesting tourist destinations. Guided tours are available through the historical center, which continues on a tour of a cigar factory where one can see the cigar making process and its different stages. Santa Rosa is also an ideal base for nature walks and outdoor activities. Outside the city, horseback riding or mountain biking are available. Find out more about Santa Rosa de Copan in the Travel and Tourism section. Nacaome, off the beaten track as tourist destination. Nacaome was founded on the basis of a peace pact between two tribes, the Cholulas and the Chaparrastiques, who grew tired of fighting long before the arrival of the Spanish and built new houses together. This foundation occurred in the year 148 AD, and the word Nacaome means two races, as the population was made up of two tribes. At first situated on the edge of the Nacaome River, this site proved impractical, and the tribes moved the town to its present site. Read the full article courtesy of the Honduran Institute of Tourism in the Travel and Tourism section. Guanaja, the Bay Islands' well-kept secret, a Caribbean gem waiting to be discovered. Goldilocks had 3 beds to choose from when she came upon the 3 bears' den. She ended up picking the one that was just right. If we were to compare the 3 main islands of Honduras Bay Islands to the bears' beds, which one would be just right for the average tourist? Roatan, the sophisticated Bay Island, has the luxury accommodations, shopping, cruise ships, and is fast becoming a hot Caribbean destination. Utila, on the other end of the spectrum, has a bohemian, laid-back feel, much less infrastructure, and far fewer of Roatan's white sand beaches. Scuba diving is Utila's big draw. What's left might be considered just right in many travelers' minds. Guanaja. Read more about this well-kept secret island by Todd Ellerton in the Travel and Tourism section. This has been your online weekly update for Honduras. I'm Nicole Marder for Honduras This Week Online, wishing everyone a great day, and those out for Semana Santa holiday, a great Easter vacation. See you next week.